I am here with five-star wide receiver Kaliq Lockett on the five-star flex. Welcome to the five-star flex, where being a five-star isn't just a ranking, it's a mentality. I'm your host, Philip Dukes, aka Dukes the Scoop. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram at Dukes the Scoop, and make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I've got one of the biggest, most impactful wide receivers in high school football right now in Kaliq Lockett. Kaliq, what's going on, bro?
What's going on? Thanks for having me on the show, man.
Now, for sure, nephew. Hey, so listen, we're gonna jump right in. Tell me where you from.
From Dallas, Texas, straight from the D, man. 214. Well,
Okay. What was it like growing up in Dallas? Matter of fact, let me ask you, what part of Dallas you from?
I'm from the southern part of Dallas, but I live in Garland. You know, the Garland area. I go to Saxe High School, you know what I'm saying? You know, great set of parents, you know, both parents in the household, both sets of grandparents, you know, so I came up, you know, had a
You
great,
blessed.
look, blessed, number blessed.
No, for sure. So what was it like growing up there?
Man, it's fun. It's very
Right.
fun. Growing up in Dallas. You know, it's a lot to do, you know, in Dallas, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We the best city in America. Don't
Right.
act. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure. So when we talk about like your upbringing, tell me about how impactful your parents and your grandparents have been in your life.
oh man, I think that's the most important thing any boy can have. You know, not just any boy. You know, an African American male. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, in some cases, you know, it can be no sets of grandparents, one mom, no dad, or no dad, no mom. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
think both grandparents, both sets, and a mother and a father, and a great family. You know, that's
Right.
very. You know, that's why and how I'm here. You know, right now in this position right now. You know, all because of them and God.
Man, absolutely. I think that's really important. Like, for me, especially coming from a single parent household, only knowing like my grandma, I only met like really one grandma. So for me to hear that from you, it makes me smile a little bit just knowing like, because that's not really common. Like, especially when you come from an urban area. So I think that's super dope. All right. If you would describe yourself to somebody who doesn't know you, use one word to describe Kaliq Lockett.
Oh man, so many words. I say ecstatic.
Okay, ecstatic. What are you ecstatic about?
You know, just my personality. You know what I'm saying? I keep the same amount of friends. You know, every friend I have now, I've known them for a long time. You know,
Right,
I keep my circle small. You know,
right.
and what's static about me is, when you check out the highlights, you know, when you check out that film, when I'm on the field, I'm a dog. That's straight up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's really so. If they're looking for a word to describe me, I say ecstatic for sure.
So when you like, and I like the fact that you use the word ecstatic because ecstatic is like a word that means like how you feel about life. So that let me know that you like ecstatic about when you step on the field. You ecstatic about your friend group. You ecstatic about your family, and I think that's gonna carry you a long way because a lot of times people take that type of stuff for granted. So the fact that you ecstatic about your status, dog, I love to hear that, especially with somebody as ranked as highly as you are. All right. What was it like the first time that you looked on your phone and you scrolled and you said, "Oh man, I'm a five-star." Like, what was that feeling like?
Well, the first thing I said, I didn't even at first I didn't even see it.
Okay.
My pop showed me, and he
Right.
was he was happier than me.
Yeah.
But as soon
Yeah.
as I saw that, I just said, "Let's go to work."
For sure. Do you play any other sports besides football?
Run track,
Okay. What's your event?
the 200, the 4x2, and
Okay.
I could be running the one.
Okay. How do you feel like running track has helped you on the football field?
Well, I would say that and training and working on my stride, it opened up my stride a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No, cause back then, my strides were choppy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And as fast as I was now, but I took track serious. I took the training seriously. I bought into it. And I'm opening up my stride. I'm flying now.
Right. So talk to me about a player that you played against that you was like, because in Dallas, it's a lot of competition. and you're a nationwide prospect, so it might have been somebody else across the nation. Tell me about a player that you saw or that you played against, and you was like, "Oh yeah, he like that too."
No, I'm gonna go. No, he in my district, very underrated. I would say Terrence Green.
Okay.
I'm from Garland. The reason why I say that is, you know, when we played against Garland, man, I was not in my right headspace, man. You know, he had me. He had me. He had
Right.
me. You know what I'm saying?
Man, let me tell you what I like about that. So the whole world is trying to get Kaliq Lockett to come to their school because he's a 5-star. But having that humility to know is like, well, I ain't perfect. Now I strive for perfection, but I'm not perfect. That lets me know your mindset that it's like you still working to get better. You feel me? Like, and I think that's gonna take you a long way. All right, Khalid, when you get ready for a game, who are you putting inside your headphones to listen to get hyped up?
Oh man, I usually listen to the Dallas rappers. You know,
Okay.
like Rundown Four,
Okay.
Erda. I listen to NBA YoungBoy a
Young
lot.
boy. Okay.
Boy, Lil Durk. You know,
Right.
be in my own headspace. You know, we be vibing in the locker room and all that. So that's really the fun part. You know, getting to lock in with the guys. You know, and having fun out there.
Man, no, that's I miss that about ball. It's just like that pregame, just like really just kind of feeling it. You know what I mean? So now that's good. And then you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. Every athlete that I talk to that listen to Young Boy before the game, they a dog, bro. Like I don't know what kind of mindset Young Boy put you in, but when you go on that field, it's almost like Young Boy playing or something. I don't know what it is, but it puts you in. It really puts you in that mode for sure.
He be putting me in. He be putting me in that thing, man. Be putting me in that mode.
No, for sure. All right, last question. When it comes to drip, if you had to go designer or Nike Tech suit or any kind of sweats, where would you go?
Nike Techs. It's
For
quick,
sure.
quick, easy. Put it on. Put on some cool shoes like some Jordan 4s, some
Right.
12s. You know, and you golden. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. All right, Kaliq, we're gonna get to the part that everybody's here for.
Do
They
it.
want to know about the schools you talking to. Now, look, I'm gonna put a disclaimer out. We talked about this already. This is not Kaliq's top 6 schools. It's not. These are not his top 6. These are 6 schools that we randomly picked. So this is a disclaimer. All right. So I'm gonna name a school, and you talk about what you like about them, who you talk to there, or anything about that school that if you did sign there, why you would sign there.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's start with Texas.
Okay. So, being a kid from the Dallas area, that's all people talk about is Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
It's Texas, Oklahoma, SMU, but mainly it's Texas.
Right.
So growing up, I liked Texas growing up.
Right.
To watch the Longhorns and the Sooners play. You know what I'm saying? So that was
Right.
so growing up, that's all everybody talked about. So what I like about them is, how balanced their offense is. You saw exactly
Mm.
in AD Mitchell.
Right.
Like they moved around in different spots of the field. Like they
Right.
never put them in the same spot in the same position, and they all, were in sync with each other's play style. So that's what I like.
Right.
So
All right. So we started at Texas. Let's go to Texas A&M.
yes, what people don't know is one of my grannies. She taught at A&M back in back where like 2010, like 2008, all the way to
Right.
2017. So she taught Mike Evans, Miles Garrett, Christian Kirk, all those guys, and I remember being a kid running around the facility, being bad, touching with the players, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's the memory that I had with A&M, and that place is kind of sentimental to me because, I spent so much time there as a kid.
Okay.
That will play the big factor in it too. And
Okay.
Coach Elko was doing with the program. I feel like he's going to take A&M to the next level.
For sure. All right. Let's go with USC, Southern Cal.
Oh man. So another backstory.
Right.
Really, my family is from the Los Angeles area.
Okay. I could kind of hear that a little bit too.
Yeah, you hear the LA in my voice.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
Southern California, the South Central part of LA.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's all they talked about was USC, 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 USC.
Right.
My dad's favorite player is Reggie Bush.
Okay. Okay.
He loved Reggie Bush's film.
Right. Yeah. Hey, what is it not to love when it comes to Reggie, man? Now, okay, let's talk about Ohio State.
Oh man, wide receiver U.
Yeah.
There's no other way to put it. You know, Jack Smith and Jigba, Garrett
Yep.
Wilson, Chris Olave, Mike Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Have all these guys in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Coach Hartline, you know, he's one of the wide receiver, you know, if not the best wide receiver guru in college football.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He has those guys under his belt.
Right.
And that's what I like about Ohio State is because, you know, he believes that I can be an impact player at Ohio State. And I feel like with everything in me.
Yeah. No, I think for like you really do fall in line with those type of guys, and when you're talking about the top receivers, you're one of those guys in the country. So I can see that easily. All right, let's talk about LSU.
Oh yeah. That is also wide receiver U. It's them and Ohio State the wide receiver U.
Right.
So
Right.
you know, one of my favorite players, Odell Beckham.
Right.
He was at he was at LSU. I used to watch LSU a whole bunch back when he was there, back when Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and now seeing Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas, you know, over there, you know, and they was balling, you know, had the number one offense in the country, just being that the number one offense in the country. And Coach Hankton, you know, me and him have a great relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, no, that's there's not much way to put it.
All right, last one. Florida State.
Oh yeah. So my first time going to Florida State, I did not think I was gonna like it the way I did. Because being a kid from Texas, it's a little bit of a rivalry between the state of Florida and the state of Texas when it comes to wide receivers. Because, you know, Florida got some dogs at wide receiver.
No, for sure.
A lot of dogs. We got a lot of dogs too in Texas.
Right.
You know, and that's kind of not a rivalry, but it's competition because
Right.
they produce a lot of great talent in Florida. We produce a lot of great talent in Texas. So so I didn't think I was gonna like Florida State as much as I did. But man, when I went there, man, it blew my mind, man. Coach Norvell, Coach Dugans, man, they blew my mind with it. So I gotta consider Florida State too. Keon Coleman, for example, Johnny Wilson.
Right. Tall guys.
Yeah, Kelvin Benjamin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
Just on list of receivers too.
Yeah, for sure. Like so in my era, the guys were Peter Ward and Lavernius Coles. I'm giving you a history lesson right now. Peter Ward, bro, you couldn't touch him in the phone booth. He was real cold for sure. No, so like I think you picked. I think it's really like kind of interesting how you're picking schools that all have a great lineage of wide receivers. You pick Florida State, not you pick. We talked about Florida State, great lineage of wide receivers. You talk about Texas A&M. You look at what Mike Evans in his 30s just signed a new deal for like $50 million.
And multiple 1,000-yard seasons.
Exactly. You talk about like a USC when you talk about like all of the guys that they had. Mike Williams, just going back to my era. You just Jordan Addison, who just transferred from Pittsburgh and finished and went to Minnesota. You talk about, yeah, come on, bro. And you told us about the other ones.
Long list.
Yes, sir. So, all right, whatever school you go to, tell that school what they're going to get in Kaliq Lockett.
They're getting a very calm kid, You know what I'm saying? No, I keep my head, on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever let anything get to my head.
Right.
All 5-star stuff is cool, but when you step in between them white lines, it don't even mean, it don't even matter, and especially when you get to college, because that's out the window. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
I don't even look at myself as a 5-star.
Right.
I look at myself as somebody who's trying to get to the next level and keep
Right.
climbing better. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
what they're getting out of me is somebody who's gonna have fun with it, put their head down and work.
Right.
And serious time is serious time. When it's business time, it's business time. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna still be me, and I'm gonna still be ecstatic in everything I do.
Man, Kaliq, man, what's your social media so everybody can go follow you?
Yeah, K5League_.
For sure. Man, Kaliq, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Kaliq, do you have any official visits already scheduled?
Yes, I have USC, and I have
Okay.
Texas, and I have more on the way.
Okay, for sure. All right, Kaliq, man, thank you, bro. I appreciate it, nephew.
You already know, man.
All
Anytime
right,
something go ahead, let me know.